Here with Riggs for Officially Urban TV. Yeah, Riggs, talk to the people, man. I mean, people know who you are. You've obviously got a following, but for people that don't know who you are, just tell them who you are, basically.
Yeah, well, my name's Riggs. As he just told you, I'm a Manchester-based artist. I'm part of C4 ENT, which is an independent record label. For those of you who don't know.
Alright, so like I said, you've got quite a long track record, and like I said, I know people know who you are, like not just in Manchester but all over the place, really. Can you talk, even if it's briefly, just about like your track record?
Basically, I started this music thing in 2002, and come 2003, 2004, we started to put together mixtapes and distribute them locally, and my name started to spread locally. Come 2007, we built our own situation in Manchester. We were selling a lot of mixed CDs now. It wasn't just a promotion thing. There was a few of us selling a lot of mixed CDs. We was making a decent amount of money. That we were spreading the thing. It was all going well. Fast forward a few years, 2010 times, I met Wiley, joined A-List. We then started to travel the country and build that situation. I was on She Lights England 10, which is probably my biggest moment, exposure-wise, probably my biggest moment. And then since then, I started to build my own record label, C4 ENT, and put together my own group, Connect 4.
Where have you been? What have you been up to?
Well, I got a few answers to that question. Obviously, as I said to you earlier, I could make up 1,000,001 excuses, but the way how I see it is it's not often that MCs let you know when things ain't going the way they want them to go. There's always a reason, an excuse. The game's like this and I'm not this and I'm there. So basically, like around the times of She Likes, Midnight Lover, the A-List times, around the times of like Team Money times when we kind of brought together the whole city, I would see it as in the eyes of the people and myself, I was winning. You could see me everywhere. As I said before, fast forward a year or two, few years on, things weren't going the way how I planned them to go. I made a few decisions. People could say the good or bad decisions, turned down a deal. Some people call me crazy for it. Some people would say it was a wise move. But since then I've been trying to build back my own situation and I haven't been winning. I've tried to bounce back a few times. I've not been able to meet my own expectations. I've not been able to meet the people's expectations. So part of that is like I've been trying out here and it's not really been working. And as I said before, I've been building my own record label, which people don't see what goes into that behind the scenes and how much time that can take, how much effort, how much of your money it takes. So it's one of them.
Alright, it's a real answer and I respect that, like just the honesty. Fast forward today, 2015. So a couple of days ago you released your Project X,
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah, that's right.
And you came out with 5 videos. So is that like your kind of, is that a signal to say people can expect more music now?
Yeah, you can definitely expect more music. That was just like me laying down a new foundation because as I said before, I've had in the past say 4 years, what is it, 2 years, say the past 3 years, I've been away a few times and made small attempts to bounce back, and as I just said, I weren't meeting the people's expectations, I weren't meeting my own expectations. So this time I had to sit down and think, how am I really gonna make a statement? How am I really gonna make people believe now my man's back for real? And how am I gonna make myself believe that? How am I gonna like bring back that excitement inside myself? So I decided, and as well, it's the style of the project. It's like the things I'm touching on and the angle I'm coming from. If you see the CD cover, it's like an imitation of Malcolm X's book, but it's obviously a CD. It's half my face, half his. So I would say, go on.
What about the artist kind of interaction? Is there a scene? Because like for me, outside looking in, I know that obviously there are people that do their thing, putting music out, but is there a scene? Like, are there artists?
I would say right now there's not a scene. There's artists and there's not many active artists. No disrespect, but there's not. If you looked at the general level throughout the country, what it would take for you to class yourself as an active artist, a working artist, there isn't many in Manchester. There's a handful. But what I will say is we've got individuals now that are popping like we've never had individuals popping before. Bugsy Malone. and differently. Each of these people I'm gonna name differently in a different lane. Each, they're all popping differently. Bugsy Malone, and the grime thing. The last time we had anything like that was Shifty, and I would say on a nationwide level, him as an individual, I took it beyond that as far as exposure and the whole country talking his name and excited, etc. This Shotty, who he's took the thing worldwide with the battling, and he's arguably one of the best in the world. Bless you. Arguably one of the best in the world with the battling thing and the straight lyricism thing. And he could, if he went to America, people would be stopping him in the street saying, Shotty. There's Gecko, the Afro beats thing. He's taking this thing, he's known around Europe basically, and the whole country is starting to become aware of him. And this Blizzard, who's just had, he's just been on the Radio 1 playlist. So for those four as individuals, the major as individuals, but nothing about any of those four individuals has changed the state, the condition of the city. In the sense we was just talking about, like the platforms, it hasn't changed any of the platforms, but it's took them to another level themselves. And then there's another handful of artists who are working artists, of course, like this Shower, of course, like arguably the way her thing's presented, the level of the music, I haven't seen anything like that within the city. And I could say a few other names. There's obviously this Captain, this Mattis, who have set the street thing alight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, so there's no scene as it stands, I would say.
Alright, so I mean, what do you think in terms of, do you think Manchester as a city, can it get to a place where like it's seen as like a viable bubbling music option, or do you think it's too far gone?
Yeah, well, the hope still lives in me. But if a man was to say it's too far gone, I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't think he's crazy. I understand that angle too, but the hope's still alive for me because people are slowly learning. And it takes people like yourself to come and fill the gaps and try and take this
What
thing.
do you think about people leaving the city to maybe move elsewhere? Do you think like
literally move
to London,
where they live, go and live in another city, or go and work in another? Yeah, I think that they're like personal life decisions as well. So I wouldn't blame a man that said I'm going to live in London and get my thing popping. I wouldn't, because it's each to their own as well. Like not everybody's got the same agenda. So some artists are literally just thinking, I'm trying to blow. If I can get myself in the charts, I can get £1 million in my bank, my job's done. I don't care about Manchester. I don't. And that's each to their own. And there's some people that feel like, I'm so passionate about this, I've been involved in this city for so long that until I see this challenging other cities like it should be, then I'm not happy. So I could go and blow, make £1 million, but I'm not happy if I look back at my home that made me and it's dead. That's gonna leave me empty inside. But that's two different characters. And as I say, like 50 Cent isn't Tupac.
5 years from now, what would you say to yourself?
Yeah, 5 years. My whole focus right now is on the C4EMT label, and you've just seen us launch Shower's project. I've just launched my new project, and all this is independent. It's just us. So we're at the very, very early stages of building this independent record label. So in 5 years' time, I would like to think that would be in a place where it can offer its own, because it's another platform, record labels. So it's like if you go to London, the record labels are on man's doorsteps. Man can go and say, I'm waiting outside here to see a man to give him my CD, and I'm waiting out here the next day to see if he's heard it. Like, we don't even understand that mentality. So to even have our own independent labels as well, I think it would add, it's just another platform. So 5 years from now, I'd hope that the platform will be, the C4EMT label will be popping. It will be a label you want to be a part of. You get me?
Where can people find you, man? Your Twitter?
You can find me on Twitter, which is Riggs C4EMT, and it's riggs.com if you want to download the new mixtape, or you can pay as you please. Pay how much. It's Riggs. You're watching Officially Urban. You can catch them on the Twitter at Officially Urban, Instagram at Officially Urban, or you can go directly to the website officiallyurban.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And guess what that is? Officially. Yes, Officially Urban on the YouTube. Subscribe. Yeah, it's Riggs, I'm out. C4 and T to the world.
Do what I do best, punish him with this, but I'm trapped in a madness and I need to find a way out. My spirit won't let him cage me up, I will break out. Ha, look at your face now, look what you gotta face now. Team full of hungry niggas.